The power grid fails in the dead of winter. Not a rolling blackout. Not a scheduled maintenance window. Total failure. The hum that's been background noise your entire life goes silent. Within 48 hours, grocery stores are stripped to bare shelves. Within a week, neighbors who smiled at you yesterday are breaking into homes. And here's the brutal truth nobody wants to hear. If you look like you have resources, you become a target. Your clean clothes, your healthy appearance, your well-maintained Gralovit paints a bullseye on your back. In a world where desperation turns ordinary people into predators, looking broke isn't just smart camouflage. It's the difference between surviving and becoming a statistic. This isn't about aesthetics or pride. This is physics and human psychology colliding in the most dangerous way possible. When society collapses, the human brain reverts to pattern recognition developed over millennia. We assess threats and resources in microseconds based on visual cues. That expensive backpack you bought for survival. It signals you have valuable supplies. Those tactical pants and pristine hiking boots. They scream, "I prepared." Which means I have food. Your opponents in this new reality are unthinking rationally. They reoperating on primal survival instinct combined with desperation-fueled violence. And the science backs this up. Studies on civil unrest and resource scarcity show that displays of wealth or capability increase attack probability by over 300%. You're not just risking confrontation. You're mathematically guaranteeing it. The transformation starts with understanding the fundamental principle. In a collapsed society, invisibility equals survival. But this isn't about hiding in a bunker. This is about moving through urban environments while radiating an aura of having absolutely nothing worth taking. Start with clothing, and this is where most preppers get it catastrophically wrong. Forget the tactical gear. Forget the brand new outdoor equipment. You need layered, worn, mismatched clothing that looks like it's been through hell. A faded jacket with a small tear near the pocket. Jeans with authentic wear at the knees, not designer, distressing, actual degradation from use. Shoes that are functional but scuffed, maybe with duct tape holding a sole. The science here is in the details. Human visual processing picks up inconsistencies in less than 200 milliseconds. New shoes with old clothes. Your brain registers that as suspicious. Everything must tell the same story. This person has nothing. But clothing is just the surface layer. Your physical presentation needs to match the desperation around you. This means deliberately looking slightly malnourished without actually compromising your health. Skip a shave for days. Let your hair get greasy and unkempt. Rub dirt into your fingernails. These details matter because they trigger a specific psychological response in potential attackers. Assessment of capability. A person who looks like they've been struggling to survive appears to have already been picked clean by others. There's an actual term for this in behavioral psychology, poverty signaling, and it works because the human brain conserves energy by avoiding low-reward targets. Why risk injury attacking someone who clearly has nothing when there might be better options elsewhere? Now we get into the technical aspects of gear concealment. Your actual survival equipment, water filtration, food reserves, first aid needs to be invisible. This requires understanding material science and weight distribution. Use a damaged-looking messenger bag or a beat-up school backpack, not a tactical pack. Inside, wrap valuable items in trash bags or old newspapers to eliminate any distinctive shapes that might show through the fabric. Distribute weight evenly because an unbalanced walk pattern signals either injury or concealed heavy items. If you're carrying water, use old soda bottles, not pristine camping equipment. The chemistry of survival in an urban collapse is about matching your environment perfectly. You want to look like someone who's been scavenging, not someone who prepared. Movement patterns complete the illusion. When you travel through collapsed urban areas, adopt the shuffle of exhaustion. Not theatrical subtle. Slightly hunched shoulders, a moment of hesitation before turning corners, like someone who's uncertain and afraid. Keep your eyes down but aware, using peripheral vision rather than direct stares. This body language communicates submission and weakness, which paradoxically protects you. The physics of human predation shows that aggressive individuals target confidence. First, they seek easy dominance displays. By appearing defeated, you remove yourself from that targeting algorithm running in their desperate minds. You become scenery instead of a potential confrontation. Here's where the psychological edge becomes critical. Looking broke requires managing your own mental state because your real preparation, the knowledge, the skills, the actual supplies you've hidden creates confidence that can leak through your performance. You need to internalize a specific mindset. You are simultaneously weak and invisible to others, while remaining completely alert and capable internally. This cognitive dissonance is exhausting, but it's necessary. Practice this before any crisis. Walk through crowded areas while consciously projecting poverty while maintaining situational awareness. It's a skill that needs muscle memory. Your survival depends on this performance being absolutely convincing because the moment someone sees through it, the moment your eyes show too much alertness or your hands move too confidently, you've revealed the truth. The timing component cannot be ignored. In the first 72 hours of societal collapse, Looking broke matters less than avoiding contact entirely. This is when violence peaks as the unprepared panic. But after the initial chaos settles into a grim new normal, you'll need to move for supplies, information, or relocation. This is when your poverty performance becomes life-saving. Other survivors will have formed loose groups, established territories, and developed pattern recognition for identifying targets. Your shabby appearance needs to be maintained consistently because any variation suddenly appearing cleaner or carrying different gear will be remembered and investigated. There are specific scenarios where this strategy becomes critical. Water sources in collapsed cities will become congregation points and conflict zones. Arriving at a broken water main or a rain collection point while looking prosperous invites immediate confrontation. But shuffle in, looking like you've barely survived the walk there. Fill old containers with shaking hands, and leave quickly without making eye contact. You're ignored. Food distribution points, whether government-run or controlled by local groups, operate on similar dynamics. Those who look capable get scrutinized and possibly excluded or robbed. Those who look desperate blend into the crowd of desperation. The brutal reality is that human nature doesn't change when systems collapse, it amplifies. Every social experiment, every historical collapse, every documented disaster shows the same pattern. People assess threats and opportunities visually first, then act. Your appearance is your first and most important defense layer, more critical than any weapon you might carry. Because a weapon escalates conflict. Looking worthless prevents conflict from starting. And prevention, not confrontation, is how you survive long-term collapse scenarios. Every fight you avoid is energy conserved, injuries prevented, and attention diverted elsewhere. This strategy extends beyond personal safety to protecting your actual resources. If you've established a cache or a secure location, approaching it while looking prosperous leads followers straight to your supplies. But if your trips there and back maintain the poverty illusion, any observer dismisses you as not worth tracking. The same principle applies to any valuable knowledge you possess. Looking capable makes people want to exploit your skills. Looking broken makes them overlook you entirely, leaving you free to use those skills for your own survival without becoming enslaved to a desperate group. When everything collapses, pride becomes a fatal luxury. Your identity, your self-image, your desire to appear capable and prepared, all of it must be sacrificed to the singular goal of survival. This isn't about living in fear. This is about understanding the mathematical reality of predation in resource-scarce environments and engineering your presentation to exploit the psychological weaknesses of potential attackers. You're not hiding your capabilities. You're weaponizing their assumptions against them. The preppers who survive won't be those with the most gear or the biggest bunkers. They'll be the ones who understood that in a world of scarcity, appearing to have nothing is everything. Start practicing now. Get comfortable looking uncomfortable. Master the art of seeming defeated while remaining dangerous. Because when society collapses and your neighbors become enemies, the person who looks the most broke will actually be the richest, rich in safety, in freedom of movement, in the precious commodity of being ignored. That's not defeat. That's the ultimate preparation.